My name is Margaret. I am 72 years old, and I have always believed that there are two kinds of respect in this world: the kind people speak about easily, and the kind that shows itself quietly in the way we treat one another. This is the story of the day I realized which kind of respect my daughter had for me. When my children were small, I made sure they never went hungry. I cooked breakfasts before school, packed lunches, made dinners after long days at work. I went without so they could have enough, and I never once thought of it as a sacrifice. To me, it was simply love. My husband passed away years ago, and ever since then, my daughter Emily has been the closest person in my life, or so I believed. She invited me to live with her for a while when my health became weaker. I was grateful. I tried to help as much as I could: cooking, cleaning, folding laundry, staying out of the way. One Sunday, Emily invited friends and extended family over for dinner. She asked me to cook the main dish, a beautiful roast, seasoned just the way my husband used to love it. I marinated it the night before, woke up early, and spent the whole day tending to it. The smell filled the house, warm and rich and full of memory. When everyone arrived, the house was loud with laughter and conversation. I stayed mostly in the kitchen, making sure everything was perfect. Plates were set, glasses filled, napkins folded. I watched my daughter hosting proudly, and my heart warmed. This was the family I had always dreamed of: together, safe, well-fed. Finally, the roast came out of the oven, golden, tender, steaming. Everyone gathered around the table. I was about to sit down when Emily turned to me with a strange look in her eyes and said, "Mom, you'll eat after everyone else. We don't have enough space at the table. You can wait." The room went very quiet. Chairs scraped. Forks paused. Some people pretended not to hear. Some glanced at me with awkward sympathy. I looked at my daughter, the same child I had once carried, the same girls whose tears I had wiped away, and I realized that somewhere along the way I had gone from being her mother to being an obligation. I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I didn't shout. Instead, I walked calmly back into the kitchen. I picked up the roast, the same roast I had spent hours preparing, placed it carefully on the cutting board, wrapped it in foil, slid it into a bag, and walked out the front door. Nobody stopped me. Not one person. I went home to my small, quiet house. I made myself a plate, poured a glass of water, and sat at my little table, and for the first time in a long time, I ate a meal that tasted like dignity. I didn't eat alone because I was unwanted. I ate alone because I had finally chosen myself. Later that night, my daughter called. Her voice was sharp at first. "Mom, how could you embarrass me like that?" I listened quietly, and then I spoke. "Emily, I cooked that meal with love. I gave my time, my energy, my heart. I was told I was not worthy to sit among you. I did not embarrass you. You embarrassed yourself." There was silence on the other end of the phone, a long silence. Then her voice broke. "Mom, I'm sorry." We cried together, not because of the roast, but because sometimes it takes losing something small to understand we are losing something much bigger: respect, kindness, gratitude. Since that day, things have changed, slowly, carefully. My daughter speaks differently now. She asks me to sit first. She thanks me. She listens. And I learned something important too. Love doesn't mean accepting disrespect. Love doesn't mean shrinking to make others comfortable. Love sometimes means standing up, even if your voice is silent. So if you are listening to this story right now and you feel unseen, unheard, unappreciated, please remember, you deserve a seat at the table. Not later, not after everyone else, but now. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to walk away with the roast. And that is my story.